Amen. 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 My God. My God. Thank you for that movement. You couldn't help but feel the spirit in that. You couldn't help but feel love in that. Not a word spoken. So much said. Amen. Amen. At this time, we're going to have expressions of love from family and friends. So, Mr. Jim Hayes is listed on the program. Does the family have one or two representatives that they would like to speak for a couple of minutes?
We do have a couple.
Just one or two.
Be Mr. Hayes.
Mr. Matthews?
I see you with that notebook.
All right, so I love y'all. After anybody else that has spoken, close it off. All right, I ain't got to get in the speech. They know. Okay. Mr. A.
Year 2021. Name, Ray Frederick Hines. Those of us who knew him, we know he had several characteristics that made him, according to the scriptures, a righteous man. So if we had to choose, which characteristic would we choose? We choose the one where he would love the Lord as God with all his heart, mind, and soul. That would be A. B. Would he love his neighbors as himself? C. Would he provide food for the hungry? Or D. Would he provide thirst, water and coffee for people who were thirsty? Or E. All of the above. Most of us would have to answer E. All of the above. He was a sportsman. His brother, the guy that Dennis and them used to go to basketball games. He loved his friends. He shared all he had. Tools, garden, help. And he had some farmer friends that had some apple trees. He would invite his friends down to help pick apples. He loved his garden every year, especially when Tanya opened building trucks and took the rest of the apparatus with it. And they had one heck of a crop of green pole beans. Biggest crop they ever had. He loved his friends. He loved his family. He especially loved his wife. I used to intentionally go by the house in the spring, summer, and the fall. Because when I went by, I would see Ray and his wife over there, sitting on the porch, in the swing, holding hands, speaking sweet nothings to each other. And I was jealous. I'd have a porch, a swing, for anybody to sit back and hold hands with me.
All right. Now.
So, Ray had something to say about that. He would say, I'm drinking out my socks because my cup is overflowing. Only time I really saw Ray upset was when one of the braggadocious presiding elders said something he didn't like about his sister who was in the ministry. But when Ray got his stuff together, he was like the Cheshire cat with a big smile on his face, like he swallowed the canary. Well, Ray don't like people talking to him. But if Ray could have spoken to us before he passed on and try to explain to us the good life he had, this is what he might say. I never made a fortune, and it's probably too late now. But I don't worry about that much. I'm happy anyhow. And as I go along life's way, I'm reaping what I sow. I'm drinking from my saucer, but my cup has overflowed. And I've got a lot of riches. Sometimes the going's tough, but I've got loving ones all around me. That makes me rich enough. Thank God for his blessings and the mercies he's bestowed. I'm drinking from a saucer, but my cup has overflowed. I remember times when things went wrong. Her faith wore somewhat thin. All at once, the dark clouds broke, and the sun peeked through again. So Lord, help me not to gripe about the rub roads I have over. I'm drinking from my saucer, because my cup is overflowed. God gives me the strength and courage when the way grows steep and rugged. I'll not ask for other blessings. I'm already blessed.
Amen.
Larry, I never be too busy to help others bear their load. I'm drinking from my saucer. My cup is full.
Next up is Mother Pope. 2 minutes about Rey Hines. 2 minutes about Rey Hines.
Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be accepted. In speaking about Ray, every Monday morning, you find him in his mission. With the conversation of George Hope, my brother-in-law, and Lieutenant Paul Hope, my husband. And they could really have some heated conversations, loving one another. This poem is for Ray. Forever is always. A ray of sunshine makes memories sweet to say, to last in many hearts. God's forever is always. Always will never end. The end makes you stronger. The strong wipes out the tears, for the tears will tell sweet stories. Sweet stories remain with love. Love makes you kind, and kindness gives you peace. And peace promotes togetherness. Togetherness makes life loyal and loving. And hope surrounds you with a gift. God's lasting love lasts forever. I just wanted to add that Ray was always giving me a compliment when he would come into the house, and he said, every time I see you, you have a pencil in your hand, writing poetry. And I just want to thank the family, his family, that I love you, and his love will last forever. Amen.
Hello, everybody. I'm trying to get this mask on, so I'm looking down. It's great seeing you guys here. Like little boys, my last time we have grown up. Jessica, Maurice, and Troy. I can't believe how much they've grown up over there. It's great seeing you guys. I'm a good friend of Ray. My name is Dennis Matthews. You don't know me. I'm a good friend of Ray for over 40 years. And we enjoy each other's company. We get a whole bunch of stuff together, you know. Working in the garden, talking how to change light bulbs and like pictures here. You invite them to come over to his house for July 4th celebration for the fireworks on the stage. Ray's house is on the hill, so you can actually get a better look at the fireworks with the back porch the deck in the stage. So I would go and watch the fireworks in the back deck porch. And being in North Carolina, I didn't not know a lot of people here in Champaign initially. So I got to know Ray really well. And so again, he was very, very good to me. And again, he taught me a lot of stuff. And when I found out, he would call me at the point, he go to his house, give us some vegetables or whatever. But I found a toy just to get me over there so we could talk 2 or 3 hours, you know. And I thought it was really great for that point, spot too, to get me over there. So anyway, we enjoyed the time, you know, Tanya, Kathy, all of us, Ayla. And it was just a great experience being with Ray and his family. You know, I enjoyed how they welcomed me to the community, being from a different state. And my son expressed it there. When you met Ray, you don't forget the handshake. Ray has such a strong handshake. When you squeeze your hand, but Ray used that excuse the speech wasn't working the time, and I guess it was again. That's why he was so strong. But that was a handshake you never forget. My son could remember. And as I said, Ray is such a friendly guy. I take Hebrews 13 chapter 2nd verse. It says, "Do not forget to show hospitality to strangers." And Ray did not never forgot to show hospitality to me. He no longer considered me a stranger. And he was a total dedicated family man. He loved his family, he loved his wife, children, grandchildren. And when I last talked to Ray before he passed, he gave me the impression of some of the words he said. His work was done. He didn't do anything else. And he's ready to go. Yeah. So I appreciate it, you know, how you dealt with me. And that thing was, my wife didn't make the cars, I don't want to get too much. So again, I miss Ray very much, you know. So, but again, you know, what he taught me, I should be able, you know, to do as he had taught me, you know, which how to treat people and manage my life and have a good family. So I'm going to miss my friend. Well done, my good faithful friend. I miss you. I can't do this. You're going to take my reserved time.
No, we don't do that. We don't see their time. Next. As I started this service saying, sad but not tragic. A lot of funerals we go to, especially in this present darkness, we hear what could have been the potential of life cut short. What would have been. What we're hearing today is somebody who was. If they're the children and grandchildren, somebody who is. And that's something to celebrate. And in the quiet prayer moments, as you're asking God to continue to heal, oftentimes it's what could have been potential, dreams deferred. Here we're celebrating dreams realized. And I don't think y'all know how much of a blessing that is, especially in this day and age. And that makes me joyous, even in the midst of sadness. And we all are. Blessing to have a friend like Jim Hayes and Dennis Matthew. Glad it's spoke to speak powerful words. Words that's not fluff. They had to edit their content. That's how rich the life is. I give thanks to them for their testimony. You know, time not to. It's not personal. And tell the story that the read has, but that's something beautiful. Is the music ministry ready? All right. And then we're gonna have Reverend Hardy. Didn't I give you a bio? Oh, man, God, I want to preach to you. Amen.
Yes, I am on the sparrow. And I'm so glad that it watches you and me. Why should I be discouraged? And why should I shout? Why should my heart be lonely and long forever home when Jesus is my portion? Oh, yes, my God, that brings for his arms is on his and I know he was. Yes, his heart is on the sparrow. And I know he watches me. I sing because I'm happy. Oh, yes, I sing because I'm the sparrow, and I know you watches me. Let your heart be troubled. Yeah, tender I need, and the resting on is goodness. I, oh, my God, I feel nobody can one I may see, 'cause his eye is on the sparrow. I know He is on He watches over you and me. We ought to rejoice and be glad here. We are the redeemed of the Lord. And you are the saints. I am the redeemed of the Lord. We come this day, family and all of the friends, since time, as the old preacher used to say, is far spent. I have a lot of history with the Hines family. And so I don't want to get into all of that because we will be here. But I think Harry, I was in this room. And I was a student at the University of Illinois back in the 50s. Oh yeah, I'm an old man. Ray and May just been married for a couple of years. And I was young, I was from Lovejoy, Illinois, east of Brooklyn, on East St. Louis. And Ray and I would have our contretemps style engagements. To know Ray was to know a very unique individual. But I lived there for a year, and Harriet's transition. I went to Virginia, spoke at Gerald's service. I went back to Washington, Hannah Ruth's wedding, Hannah Ruth's godfather. So I have a lot of connections to the Hines family. But today we come to celebrate the decency and the divinity, the substance and significance, the meaning and the majesty of a man called Ray. The man called Ray. Ray, in one sense, means a protector, a wise protector. Brother May, who could not say that Ray is not a wise protector? He's a family man. 6 children. There for you. And so Ray means a family man. And family, in the context of the trauma and the terror and the angst and the alienation of this guy, with this pandemic perversity, writ large and running rampant through our universe, you need to have someone that has sensibility and sensitivity of caring concern. So Ray Frederick, wise Ray's Frederick, wise, protected. I even did some research. I was like, oh, I was coming to a university town. And I know I'm a little boy from Lovejoy, and all you educated folks. I even did this. It said, Ray means wise protector, and Frederick means a peaceful ruler. How many of you know Ray is a peaceful? They'll always get it right. But I just wanted to let you know I did think about Ray. But I want to suggest to you that we're living in a time, Jesus in the Word says to us, as we come to look at it over in the Bible and what's known as the Sermon on the Mount, which is one of the greatest pieces of spiritual literature. And he simply says these words. He looked at them one day as he said to his disciples, others, he said unto them that you are the light of the world. Says, you're the light of the world. The city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. Neither do men light a candle, put it under a bushel, but a candlestick, put it on, and it giveth light to all that in the house. Let your light so shine before men, they may see your good work and glorify your Father, which is in heaven. Let your light so shine. I use all these references about light simply because Ray's name means light. The very name Ray talks about an emanation of light, that which comes from a central source that's designated as a ray, that's designated as a light. And so Ray coming from a central source says to us that I want you to understand what it is to be about light. What is it to be about caring, sharing, to be involved, and not to be addicted? So Ray speaks to the essence of light itself. Light is to give radiant glow and luminosity in a time of darkness. Certainly, we would want someone to share with us when we're feeling depressed and repressed and suppressed, down in the dumps to give a jump on the dump. We would want somebody to elevate us, to lift us up, to motivate us meaningfully. So when I thought about Ray, what said to me in this time, family, death is something that we encounter over the years of more than 40 years, preaching in the ministry. I've done gobs of funerals. But the reality is that each one is individualized, is personalized, and is poignant. And you recognize that. So what can I say to a family who's struggling with the poignancy, with the tenderness, with the sharp, penetrating kind of pain of deprivation that Ray is not here? I just simply want to say to you, that the very name Ray, see, God does not make mistakes. Those who name us for the people and the authority of God chose to name him Ray. He could have named him something else, but Ray is the name. Not darkness, not mud, not rain, not storm, not wind, but Ray. Ray as an emanation, a light ray, shining in the darkness of your loneliness, in the darkness of your despair. We need a ray. We need a ray of hope. We need a Jesus is the light of the world. I've come that you might have life, having more abundantly. Whosoever will, let them come. I am the good shepherd in search of the lost sheep. Let not your heart be troubled. You believe in God, believe also in me. I am the good shepherd. I am the way. I am the truth. I am the life. Whosoever will, let them come. Believe me. For Big Brother never failed you. No forsaken is a power good master to give you the kingdom. All of this is talking about life in times of darkness. Hope in hopelessness. Repair in despair. Involvement rather than indifference. Concern rather than carelessness. Openness and not narrowness. Kindness, not callousness. This is about the business of saying, I want our lives to radiate with redemptive richness and let it be a ray of hope, a ray of understanding, a ray of peace. Out of the darkness, let the rain shine. When I'm down, let the rain shine. For the rain means that there is light. And if there is light, there's a path out of complexity. If there is light, I am this light. Jesus did not say, I am darkness. He said, I am the light of the illumination. I'm the rejuvenation for your destination. I am power in the hour. I'm the scope to cope. The wheel of time to heal. I'm peace in your complexity. Let not your heart be in despair. Because if you can believe me, all things are possible. Look at Jesus. Said, I am the resurrection and the life. Look at Jesus standing before the tomb of Lazarus. Look at Jesus over in this town. Oh my God, go back to me. But look at Jesus dealing with reality. And the Bible says that when he stood before that tomb, and he said, come forth. And oh, Jesus, my brother is dead. Don't mess with us. Don't be unkind. Don't play with our emotions. Jesus said, did I not tell you that if you trust me and never doubt, I will surely bring you out. Did I not tell you that we wait upon the Lord? Did I not tell you all things work together for good? Did I not tell you? If you can believe it, you can achieve it. Did I not tell you? I will never fail you. So all you've got to do is just be still and know that I am He who came through 42 generations. Be still and know that the Lord Himself came to give you a word of hope and a path out of adversity and a road to realization. So I'm saying to you, family, I know it's a challenge. I know it's hard. I lost my mama. I preached my mother's funeral. I preached my grandmama. I preached all the funerals. Preached mama. And only one time in my life did I ever break down. I didn't break down then with my mother. When I got home from the city, that's when I broke down. So I'm here to tell you, I know what you're talking about. I'm not just pumping my guns. I know what I'm doing. I'm clear about that. But what I'm also clear about is that you don't have any business sitting in the church called Bethel. You hear the word Bethel means? Raise your hand, somebody knows Bethel. So raise your hand. I know that. Wait a minute. Shame. You sit up in a temple. Let me tell you, for an edification in this way. That don't mean. No, it means a hallowed place, holy place. So we are meeting here for Ray, not at the Rum Boogie, but we are meeting right here in this place of hallowed and sanctified ground. We are meeting here where the people of God congregate. We're meeting where they sing, His eye is on the sparrow. Jesus is the way. Oh, how I love Jesus. Precious Lord, take my hand. Amazing grace. How sweet. This is the congregation of the concerned. This is the assembly of the announced, the household of hope, the family of the faithful. This is where we come together to embrace, to envelop, to share, to be open. So I'm here to say to you, your presence today is it for Ray. This is all it's not. This is the star. Ray is the star. He's the star. And because he is the star, we come to do obeisance and respect and appreciation for the depth and divinity of Ray. Yes, sir. I remember so often, I would be sitting in the house up on the charts. Ray and I would sometimes have our engagements and so forth, because he thought he was a little, I'm going to tell you what he called me. It's not proper. Use that kind of language. But we'd be there. Man, it's always interesting how lights attract. Lights repel and lights attract. Look at May and Faye, so decorous, all of that. And that was Ray. That was Ray, shining brilliantly with delicosity. But I'm here to tell you, I never once doubted the authenticity, the generosity, the uniqueness, the reality, the veracity, the virtuosity of Ray. So we've come today, as I came from Chicago, along with Minister Ronald Jackson, who drove me down here, because they said, you're too old now to be on the highway by yourself. Yeah, you're too old. You don't know where you go. And they're probably right. And I've driven myself. Where is it? Where is it? So thank you, Ron, for bringing me down. But I came back to all of this family to let you know that let not your heart be troubled. You believe in God, believe also in me. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told. I go to prepare a place. That's where I am. What kind of place is it? It's a place where the wicked will see some trouble. For the weary will be in rest. For loneliness cannot have its ingress. It's a place where the saints of God cast their crowns before the throne and say, holy, holy, holy. What kind of place? It's a place where those who live for Christ, those who walk in the wisdom and the wonder and the majesty of His word and believe in its truth, that when you leave this place, there's another place. There's another home over there. The old folks say, over there on the other side, on another shore, where we all get to heaven. What a day of rejoicing that will be. Don't sing a song. You don't believe you can get to heaven. Don't preach a sermon. You don't believe you can get to heaven. How esoteric intellectualized you are. Believe in something bigger. Somebody bigger than your Cadillac, than your Mercedes, than my house. Somebody bigger than you and I. Believe in something more advanced, more imminent, more sublime, more triumphant. Believe in a God that came to this place, in this place where the family of the Hines have some fellowship for years and years and years and years. When I first came here, I lived in a place called Dublin. I used to walk from Dublin to the university. Never knowing that years later I'd be standing here passing over Park Street, now preaching on Park Street. You don't know how God operates, because that is the case. I want you to know, learn your lesson plan. I'm going to do this and I'm going to sit down. There's something I used to do. That was a lady, and Ron knows it. I like to talk about the ABCs, right? Because it's a way to hook up folks who don't know. They ain't got to be intellectual, just ABC. Miss Cole said, boy, learn your ABCs. I thought about it. Because the ABCs constitute the lexicon of our communicative skill. Has to do with what we write, what we say. That's why you got to know your ABCs. It's foundational. You can't read if you don't do that. And so I thought about it. Now, how does it apply in a time of extremity and stress and duress? How does it talk about this grace that I'm talking about that gives us comfort in crisis and understanding in ugliness, vision and viciousness and hope and hellishness? How do I relate to Ray with the ABC? Here we are. A, good beloved, is for your ability. A is for that which God has given you. You'll say, don't be envious and don't be jealous what somebody else has. You got enough stuff. Your problem is that you're looking outside rather than inside. Quit being envious and jealous. For others of it, they shall soon be cut down. A is for your ability. B is for believe in yourself. Or believe that Gray is in a better place. C is for caring, commitment, conscience to Christ now. D is for duty, decency, divinity. E is for excellence you can accept. F is for faith and fulfillment and fraternity and fellowship. G is for God is good. And H is for heaven is on my mind. I is for the insight that says never give up, but always look up. J is for the joy of the Lord, that is my strength. Oh, K is for the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, and you ought to be kind. L is for life more abundantly, and ye shall love one another, for love is the more excellent. M is for magnificent mind and a mutuality of understanding. Never seek to divide, always seek to cohere and to engender empathy. Oh my God. N is for now is the time. Now is not the time. There is no time like that. This is the pregnant. Now is pregnant. You've got to bring birth, men and women. This ain't got to do with sex, it ain't got to do with gender. It means opportunity, it means your spiritual essence, the sublimity of your own spirituality, the capacity to bring forth something. So M is for, N is for, now is the time. O is for overcome. The king said, want to be an overcomer. Want to overcome. If in our heart we don't yield, we shall overcome. You believe that? Look at your neighbor, I'm an overcomer. That's what you got to be. All of history is dotted not with people who were overcome, but people who overcame. Name of, you call them, history's not written about folks who they overcame. Overcomers. Overcome. And P is for purpose. I remember Irvin Button when we were living at Gray's house, Willamette. Irvin, remember Irvin Willamette? Irvin Button. He was And he was here doing a doctoral study, graduate study. And Irvin's room was across from mine. And we'd come home, and every now and then, Irvin would share with on campus. And I'd say, "What's your purpose?" We'd laugh about it. We'd laugh about it. His fate would decree, but Irvin moved into the building that lived in Chicago. You believe it? Lived underneath his wife's family. Irvin transitioned. His wife called me to go down and speak. Irvin was a great musician. But I'm here to tell you, the point is that you must have purpose. Because I had no idea that from a little boy from Lovejoy in a room on Charles Street, that I would one day be speaking over Irvin at this great temple cathedral in Chicago. You have no idea. So here I'm trying to tell you, what is your purpose? And P, that's purpose, and Q is for the quest. Are you on a quest? Do you know why you're here? Is it just to make money? You make money. Is that all you want to do? Or do you want to make meaning? Do you want to have a big house? Or do you want to make a home? You know, what is it? You want to have all the women and all the men in the world? That ain't love. That's nothing but fatigue and exercise and a delusion in your own security. Come on, don't act like y'all very good. You know what I'm talking about. Hamilton. So I want you to have this purpose. And then I want you to be relevant. Relevant. Don't be rude, but be relevant. Relevancy. See, that's why we're here on this planet. Are you relevant? Sick of folk always talking mash and slack. No substance. My mentor, Dr. D.E. King, used to say to me, "Heartache, when you get up, you get through preaching to people. Make sure that you give them some take-home pay. Don't let them sit up there and you look got and genuflecting and snapping and all that. Give them some hooping. It's all right. I like a little hoop. You're great. I don't even need them to mention it. It's all right. But I'm going to tell you. So he says, be relevant. People talking about nothing, and then S means you got to have substance. Jesus is substance. See the word substance, substance. Stand underneath him. He undergirds substance. He's substance. You don't ever try to be like anybody else. You ain't got to be like anybody. Be like who you is. Be your own authentic self. Ray was Ray. Ray was Ray on Charles Street. Ray was Ray at General Motors. Ray was Ray wherever he got garden. Ray was Ray. Don't be a punk alone. Putting on ads. Ray takes you. My God, it's got to be that. Little beloved, I want you to understand. V is for vision. How many of you got vision? I didn't say how many of you got 2020. I said you got vision. You got vision. If you ain't got no vision, what happens? Come on, read it out. The people that have no vision, what happens? Without vision. The people perish. They don't have vision. Vision to be the best you can. Vision that we ought to stop being so ignorant about what we're doing. I mean, people, see, I and all that, I mean, I'll come back here again, but I need to say, I mean, I understand this ignorance that we're doing. I mean, well, you want to take the shot, don't wear a mask, but you're ignorant. I mean, you're ignorant. I mean, then what is this? People are dying. You're ignorant. I mean, there are more people who are in the graveyard who did not take the shot than there are who did. Well, trust me, really beloved, vision, people power. Deputies will to climb the hill, and X marks the spot where you are. If anybody is standing where you are, you say, get off my feet. This is my territory. Get off of my feet. This is my territory. X marks the spot where you are. God today. But X is an unknown. No. You know where you are. Y says, yes, you can do this. Yes, you can. There's a little endurance for the living. So I think I know this. No, you can't. I think I can. No, you can't. I think I can. No, you can't. You can't get out of the ghetto. You can't graduate from college. You can't get a PhD. You can't be a doctor. You can't be a nurse because you come from the hood. You come from the hole. You can't do nothing. Yes, I can. No, you can. Yes, I can. No, you can't. Yes, I can. No, you can't. Oh, can you do it? Oh, you can't do it. Oh, can you do it? Can you do it? Yeah. 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 That's what the little thing was going to be. And all the naysayers said, oh, Washington, you can't do this in the think I can. Barack Obama, I think I can. Jesse Jackson, I think I can. Martin King, I think I can. John Lewis, I think I can. Kamala Harris, I think I can. No, I'm going to stop now. Too many people jump out of here. I don't preach much, and some preachers get up and go. But anyway, yes, I can. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. So then, oh, you can't. And then you started up. They had that big old thing on, hooked it up, and then look at that food. But he kept on climbing. I tell you, keep on climbing. Because see, all the folk who said you can't, they're not going up. They just on level ground. Tell you, but you going higher. And every round goes higher. What? Higher. I'm climbing what? Jacob. Ladder. Every round. So keep on climbing. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. And all the cats hanging around on the corner. When I used to be here back years ago, I just come out in the town every now and then. That was this place. I really shouldn't have been there, but I was there. It was a place called a guy named Count something used to be around it. Count, what was his name? What was his name? Somebody that was anyway, maybe before you tell me, y'all are younger than now. Anyway, I was sitting up at this club somewhere, we used to serve hot dogs. I came as a student. It's a hot dog, because he said something else about the hot dog too. Anyway, but I used to come out here, and people say, "Oh, you from the low end, hole in the wall, all that kind of stuff." But I really tell you, don't let people sit on your wing. Don't let people sit. Do not allow people to sit on your wings. Say, get off my wing. Family, Ray is a glimmer of hope. And when you think about Ray, God think about Ray, all sorrow and crying and crying. No. Think about Ray gracious, as excellent, as vision, as vitality, as vigor. Think about grace. Like, when you think about it, you'll be able to soar to a new stratosphere of becoming. So our presence today, we get ready to leave, is to say that Rey Hines, Rey Frederick Hines. Let's get ready to go out of here in an attitude of gratitude for the time he lived and what he gave to his family, 6 children. His legacy will forever live on in the lives of his children, all of the siblings, and all of us. We knew right. Understand that yes, you can, because God did not intend for us to be a zero. He intended for us to be a zero. I got you when you say it. Give me some stuff. I said zero. A zero and a hero, not a zero. Don't be a zero. Don't flunk the course of life. So Rey, my brother beloved, it's good. I know you never thought. You got the hardy. You never thought we would be arguing or something. And I'd be standing here preaching over you. I can't believe this. Rey. Rey! A ray of light! A ray of hope! A ray of joy! When you leave here this week, touch somebody. And when they leave, when you walk from them, they ought to see something trail behind you.
Yes, sir.
So what's that? So that's that ray. That's that ray of light. It's phosphorescent. It's luminescent. Oh! Going up yonder. Yes. And that's your heart. For I am the light of the world. I've come that you might have life. So don't go out of here. It's those who have no hope. Go out with the assurance and the certainty that God has Rey. God's got Rey. He's no respecter of persons. He's also got you, and you, and you. And so it is. Amen.
We thank you for that retrospective and that good word on life. And this is still yet a church service. So one thing we did not do is I'm gonna open up the doors of the church. Funerals are for the living. We use the testimony of the person's life to show you God. And so I will be remiss in my duties if I didn't say first, somebody in this room needs to give their life to Jesus Christ. And that was the opportunity. You've heard how the power of faith, the power of being connected and impacting this brother's life. Turn the music just a wee bit. There's some of you who may be without a church home. You heard how this brother for more than 50 plus years gave his life and time to the body of Christ. Individualism is not a Christian construct. And you might need prayer. You might need prayer to get through this moment. You might need prayer. Just carry me a bit longer. The doors of the church is for you as well. And so before I invite the funeral to come do what they do, I'm going to go over to his wife and boys for custody. I ask that you bear with me one moment as you guys come and get prepared, and then you'll receive instructions from the funeral.
If you would, those that are serving as pallbearers, if you come forward, please.